Oh.
We're live now.
Oh. Welcome back, hockey fans, to episode 86 of Royally Quacked. Or I guess I'm quacked today. I guess you get to be royal.
Oh, I quit. I don't want to be royal, unless there's a lot of money involved.
You never know.
Yeah.
How's it going, Cody?
Good. Just a very interesting week. We had the podcast with the Go Dwigs and Go Home on TikTok on Wednesday. A lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
Then on Thursday, I was on the South Florida Tribune one. We finally started that up again. And then, of course, yesterday, right before work, while I was sleeping, I guess I was stretching a little too hard, and my calf just decided to get the biggest cramp possible. And I kid you not, like it was like the biggest knot on my calf, and it hurt, and it still hurts when I walk. So I'm great.
I know. My week was crazy too.
Oh, and I got bit by another dog yesterday at work. That's 3 now.
It wasn't too bad, I hope.
No, it's more like the dog bit my pant, like like where your back pocket is on your pants.
Yeah.
He bit there and just pulled. Like I didn't feel any teeth marks on me or anything like that. He just almost took off my pants. That was really it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow.
But other than that, especially after last night, it was great. I'm not a big Halloween person, but the game was so much fun.
Yeah, I was I had been given a project. I was creating an Excel spreadsheet for 33 cars. So when we do inspections, we can have everything documented, which will be even our older cars. The first inspection will be whatever date we get this started. And then I was going to leave about like 7:30 because I was in about 10:45. And one of my drivers got rear-ended. So
again? Wow.
Again. This one wasn't bad, but it took time and I didn't get home till just before midnight. Oh, and I forgot. We have people out, so we have somebody doing a double route, so we have to stop that they can't go to when they do the double route, or it just adds way too much time to their route. And I forgot to put it to the other driver, even though I put him in on the email. I forgot to give him the delivery and pickup at a location, which I had to do this morning.
Oh,
so it wasn't a fun day yesterday.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I mean, we're here. We get to do a podcast, and yesterday is over.
Yesterday is over. And it's the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to go by really fast again, just like it did last week. But at least we're started on this. I love to start the weekend off on a podcast. So.
And let me see. You want to get into Doug? Why don't you start with Kings news?
Okay.
Switch it up.
Okay. So, Kings fans, I don't know if you know, but the Kings set an NHL record. I mean, it's not a record I'd want to be totally known for, but they scored 9 points in 9 games with no regulation wins. That's the most points scored at a point a game with no regulation wins. They did break it the very next game, so they didn't make the record get bigger, but not necessarily the record I'd want to set.
It's not the worst record to set, but it's not like one you want to celebrate either.
Not totally. It's an odd one.
And at least you
Somebody,
weren't. At least Jim Hiller wasn't going out there like, "Hey, I would give away one of my kids for a win." Like
well,
the Sharks coach did. Did you hear that?
no, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he literally said, because at the time before the Sharks finally beat the Rangers, they lost like technically like almost 16, 17 games in a row because they had like a 12-game losing streak last year to end the season, and then all the losses to start the season. And I think they were just tired of losing, and he's like, I'd give up one of my kids for a win right now. Obviously, they've won now, and he still has all his kids. So good news.
Yeah. Geez. It's hard to give away adult children. On other Kings news, Warren Fogle out with an upper body injury. I don't know if anybody saw it. It wasn't like a bad play. It was a check into the boards. Just the way he went with his arm up so high, I think he wrenched his shoulder. Hopefully he won't be out too long. Maybe this is going to give him, a few days to get that restart because he's been one of our slow starters this year. So hope Warren will be back soon. I'm not even sure. I haven't looked at the report for today because I know they're playing the Devils today. If he might be back tonight, but I haven't heard anything about that. On to other Kings news, and this is news that a lot of people want to hear. Hiller and Clark talk about more ice time. And I think it's about time, Adam. Yeah, it's about time they started talking about that.
No, that was.
I know. No, I know when he
Okay.
said it. I was just gonna, and I actually, it's what my actual note says. It's about time. About more ice time. It's about time for it. So, anyways, also in that talk was Alex Turcotte. And I think both of these young guys have been playing some of the better hockey for the Kings this season. So that's good news. Good news. And I think Clark leads all of our defensemen in points right now. I think he's like 7 or 8 points. I know, Adam. I was just playing off it. Okay.
We started like 2 minutes late. Okay.
Yeah.
He's just mad because he didn't get the memo that I put out on Friday that there was going to be no live stream
last week.
And then he messaged me on Saturday, "Hey, I can't find you guys. We're and I was like, Adam, I put it out on social media."
Well, it's funny you talk about that. I've got 16 people underneath me, and I always tell them before you leave to go on your route, check your emails, check your text messages. And then at night, before you leave the office, check your emails and check your text messages. And then, you send something out that's important. And then the next day they're doing something wrong. And you go, did you not read your text messages and your emails? And that's pretty much life.
Oh yeah, that happened to me when I was at Downs. I didn't check my phone before and I was training someone that day. Before we went to go load the diesel, and I guess he messaged me while we were on the rack, and you're not supposed to have your phone out or anything like that. And he told me, "Don't get diesel. There was a mix-up where you're going. Get red dye diesel." And I didn't get the message. And then so we already loaded everything, and yeah, it made our day a lot longer than it wanted to be.
Yeah.
And by the way, Clark does have the most points for a defenseman at 7.
That's not bad.
Yeah, Edmondson is in second with 5.
Yeah. Well, I think Clark is the future, at least offensively for the Kings.
Yeah.
Now I want to just have a prospect update. This isn't going to be every player, but some of those main players about. Brusevich has 4 goals and 3 assists in 10 games with the London Knights. That's a nice start. And Carter George with Owen Sound has 5 wins, a 2.82 goals against average, and a save percentage of 909%. Liam Greentree with the Windsor Spitfires has 6 goals, 6 assists in 8 games. And honestly, I think that's a little low for him. That's about a point and a half a game.
Well,
And
maybe he's working on stuff the Kings told him to work on, and it's kind of to change up his game to get him more NHL ready for next year.
well, I don't think they're as loaded offensively. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet you he's not gonna have 119 points this year because he had helpers. I mean, to get all the assists, you got to have someone putting the puck in the net, right? And
Yeah.
then you have to have someone give you that puck where you're in a good scoring position to score goals. But still, 12 points in 8 games. That's a point and a half a game. I don't know what that turns into, but it's probably close to 100 points, I would think, for the season for him. Jimmy Lombardi has 4 goals and 10 assists in 11 games for the Flint Firebirds. Then Brusevich's partner, Jared Woolley, he has 5 goals and 6 assists in the same 10 games. So that's a pretty good pair. And then Hammer Slukinski from Western Michigan has 4 wins in 6 games, 2.2 goals against average, and a save percentage of 902%. And that's Kings news.
All right. We'll go on to Ducks news. In the Tampa Bay game, Macau Granlund suffered a lower body injury during the game, and he is out week to week. I also heard, I believe it was either Zach Kavanaugh or Derek or Patrick, one of the 3 Ducks insider guys. They were talking to Quenneville, and I think Quenneville said it'd be like an estimate about 3 weeks. So hopefully Granny gets healthy again and comes back and starts playing like he did in that Bruins game with a 5-point night.
Well, but I don't think it's totally hurt them.
Yes and no.
I mean, obviously having him on the ice is a difference maker too, but they have been playing pretty well.
Yes, no, they have. That is true. Next bit of news is Jansen Harkins makes his season debut for the Ducks on Tuesday versus the Florida Panthers. He was out with an injury he suffered in, I believe, training camp. And then, so now, and we finally found out why Chris Kreider was out those last 3 or 4 games of the road trip. Chris Kreider revealed the illness that sidelined him for the last 4 games was hand, foot, mouth disease. I've never heard of it until.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah, okay, so Elliot Friedman said most parent, if you're a parent, you know this disease. Obviously, that should tell you that I'm not a parent. And so I had no idea what this was, but I heard it's terrible. Elliot Friedman said, I think one of his kids got it one time, and he said his kid was he said it was like the worst thing possible. And even Kreider said, in quote, it was terrible, and obviously they didn't want to give it to anyone on the team. So I was locked in the hotel room for a few days. It's awful. I don't recommend it.
Oh, by the way, you can change that parent thing anytime you want. Mom and I would love it.
I know.
I'm done.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, back to hockey. but it was good to see Kreider back. He did play in last name's game, but we'll get more on that later. And then the next bit of news is the Ducks did a Halloween prank where they had, I guess they actually hired like scare actors and stuff like that. So where I guess the Ducks players would walk to get to the locker room for practice and everything. They were doing like construction, and they had like guys in like welding mask and work attire and everything. And they purposely had like smoke and sparks go off to scare them, and then they would take off their welding mask, and then they had clown mask on to scare them. The best reactions of that was by far Jacob Trouba just, going into the corner. I think he was more scared of like the sparks and the smoke and everything, because I mean, I probably would have done the exact same thing as Trouba, but he like turtled in the corner and everything. But the funniest one, it was Cutter, Nestorenko, and Granlund all walking in together. And as soon as like the loud noise, made a bang, and then smoke and the sparks went off, Granlund and Nestorenko booked it. Like, I kid you not, they sprinted back the other where they came from and just left Cutter there to just suffer. It was pretty funny and everything. A lot of guys got scared and everything like that, and they actually had got a view of one of the clowns coming in and scaring Carlson again right in front of the locker room with like a loud a horn. And even Pat Verbeek was standing there. He's like, "Wow, that was loud." Like I said, it was funny and all, but I'm gonna do a little not a little tangent, a little. I would say another way to get to it. Someone else that looked really scared this week. It wasn't any Ducks players. It was a former Ducks player. It was Trevor Zegras in the game against the Pittsburgh Penguins at the very end, I believe, of overtime. Did you see the video?
I haven't seen the video, but I've heard about it. Is that where he picked a fight with the wrong guy?
Yeah, he like punched a car in the back, and the car just got up and stood up, and you just see Trevor go like, oh, like hands up, like you could tell like he literally, went to the bathroom right there. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. But yeah, that was the funniest reaction to that, because I think Trevor Zegras was more scared about that than the Ducks players were scared with the Halloween prank. And yeah, mom also put hand, foot, mouth is very painful, lots of blisters. Yeah, that's what I didn't want to get into very details, because I heard Kyle Carr talk about on Locked On Ducks, and then Elliot Friedman on 32 Thoughts. I'm like, I do not want to talk about all the disgusting stuff with that. So, but yeah, but that's it for Ducks news right now.
So on to league news.
Yes. So on Tuesday, we had the Frozen Frenzy, where all 32 teams played on one single night. And the funny thing is, I totally forgot this was happening. There was I didn't even see any. I didn't see anything on social media like, oh, Frozen Frenzies next Tuesday, or I didn't see any of that. And why on a Tuesday?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like they could have done this a lot different. Like, I know they don't want to try to do it on a Saturday or Sunday to kind of compete with college football and the NFL. But I forgot who said this. Like I said, it wasn't my idea. I forgot who said it. But what they should do is, I think it was on the sheet with Merrick and his producer Zach. They were saying it should be on the Saturday before the Super Bowl. would be a good time to do it. That way, it's on the weekend and everything, because nobody's or the Pro Bowl weekend. It was either the Pro Bowl weekend or the Super Bowl weekend, like that around that time, and just do it then. And you'll have more audience. You'll have, it's on the weekend. Probably more people are able to attend games. And here's my honest opinion for this. What?
Oh, just I've got. I want to take the Blues one for just a funny reason that I'm looking at.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right.
I want that one.
Okay. You can have it. That's fine. And I feel like instead of starting every game like 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, I kind of miss how they did it when they did the first round after like COVID happened, where all 24 teams made it. We had like hockey from like 10 a.m. all the way to like 10 p.m. I
Yeah,
want that again.
I think the Kings game was
8 o'clock at night.
and it was late.
Yeah, but like no, I want it like ending at 8, or sorry, not at 10 o'clock, not at like almost midnight. I
Yeah.
feel like like there should be like a game that starts at like 10 a.m. and then every half hour or so a new game starts.
Yeah,
Like
but
they
then
did
you don't get as much of the exposure for people to watch it. That's what they're looking for. So
exposure.
I
I remember when they were doing that, there were so many fans like, dude, this is awesome. Like pretty much like 12, you get more exposure because you're going for 12 hours instead of the 7.5 hours they did on Tuesday. Now you got instead of 7.5, you got 12. A lot. And if you think about it, if you have that time, that extra 4.5 hours, you get also that's also how much more time for advertisements, more sponsorships, and all this.
I meant for the people to watch their teams because there'd be a lot of competition.
There's
Every half an
there's even more
you'd
there's
have
even more
4
competition
games
now.
going on at they'd have 4 games going on at all
But
times.
there was more competition during Tuesday's night because they were doing it every 15 minutes.
Okay.
They were doing like 4 o'clock, 4:15, 4:30.
Oh, so you're saying spread it out a little bit more. Okay.
Yeah, spread it out a little bit more, and you get more time because that's what they did. Like for that first round of COVID, those playoff games, and everyone was loving it. So that's what I'm saying. But did you have any thoughts on the Frozen Fury?
It was kind of crazy. I mean, 32 teams all playing in one day. It was great for fantasy hockey because everybody had everybody to be able to play. So you had definitely more choices
Yeah.
on fantasy hockey night and stuff. So it's probably one of the biggest nights for fantasy players because, like I said, you always have someone who can play
Mm-hmm.
unless they're injured.
Yep. Oh, and
So
all right, I'll talk about that one later. All right. You want to go next?
sure, the Capitals have signed forward Brett Leeson to a 1-year, $775,000 deal.
Yeah. That's where he was before he was a Duck. So congratulations.
well,
I said I liked Brett Leeson. I wish the Ducks would have re-signed him.
I liked him too. I liked the way he played.
Mm-hmm. I think he'd be a good playoff, a good fourth line playoff guy.
Obviously, Quinville felt differently, so that's why he's
Well, I don't know if
not
it was.
there anymore.
I don't know if it was Quinville. I think it was Verbeek.
Verbeek.
Yeah,
I
but
like to call him Verpeek because his nose looks like a
wow.
beak.
The little ball of hate will come after you for that.
That's okay. He can come after me. I'm not afraid of him.
And then some sad news here. Not sad, but not positive news. Former NHLer and former Duck Ryan Kessler has been charged with 4th-degree criminal sexual assault conduct and has pleaded not guilty. That's not good.
No, you don't get to that point in it where it's being announced that they don't have something of credibility behind it. But I guess we'll hear more as that goes on.
Yeah. So I don't know too much about the whole this and everything. So maybe when we can update, we'll update it. This update on the podcast. So all right, you got the Blues one. Go.
Okay.
I don't
Blues
know what
for
made. I don't know what made this funny.
you'll see in a minute. Blues forward Jake Neighbors will miss at least 5 weeks with a right leg injury. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And who is the State Farm guy? Jake. Jake Neighbors. I just thought it was funny. I don't know if anybody else would have thought of that, but I did.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there with a new co-host. Oh, it didn't work. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you're still here.
I don't know how to process this.
I don't know. I saw it. It made me think of it right away.
Well,
Hey, a
everyone,
little
I think we found one of the most ultimate dad jokes of all time, and it's live here on Royally Quacked. All right, Adam, hop in. Oh God, that was bad. All right, I want
that's
to
why it
know.
was that's why it was fun.
I want to hear in the comments what everyone thought of that.
No, I can already see him.
Okay, I will say it was clever. I will give you that. It was clever. Oh, even mom. There it is. Bad dad joke.
It's okay. I didn't do it for her.
Adam's dead. Great job, Dad. You killed Adam.
Well,
right.
Adam, I guess you're switching allegiance if you want to be a co-host.
It'll be quacked. All right.
How about just quackers?
Isn't that not something you want to be called?
Well, you're two quacks. Quackers.
Yeah, but never mind. I don't want to go into a whole history lesson here. All right, let's get back to news. Devils defenseman Brett Pesce will miss at least a month with an upper body injury.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now we got signings. Dallas Stars re-signed defenseman Thomas Harley to an 8-year, $10.6 million AAV contract.
Yeah.
What? How come you go 4 decimals after?
Maybe he likes math. I don't know.
And that's per Pierre LeBrun.
Honestly, I think it's someone that deserves this kind of deal.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
You know, I like the way he plays. He really, I would say, made a name for himself at last year's Four Nation, or I should say earlier this year's Four Nation, I should say.
Yeah, he was a key member for USA.
You know, when McCart went out, he was a big thing for Team Canada.
They had a couple young defensemen come in and play really well for them.
Yeah. And the next bit of news, another big, a lot of 8-year contracts here. Utah Mammoth signed forward Logan Cooley to an 8-year, $10 million AAV contract extension. And by all these deals that we're talking about will start next year, by the way. So Ducks fans, I'm guessing that this is going to look closely to what Carlson's next contract will probably be. It's going to be like this or more.
Wow. Oh, yeah. The double-digit millions are becoming the norm now.
Yeah.
Colorado Avalanche have signed pending restricted free agent Martin Necas to an 8-year, $11.5 million AAV contract. Well, there goes another guy that nobody's going to get. He's going to stay in Colorado.
It's funny because a lot of people are saying like, wow, like they didn't think that Natchez was going to sign before Kempe. They thought
Yeah,
out of the two, they thought it was going to be Natchez going to free agency and Kempe was going to be signing the long-term deal. But again, that deal right there is going to look pretty close to what Kempe is probably going to be getting. Because I think Kempe is a better player than Natchez is, in my honest opinion.
yeah. I don't know.
Trust me, I
Obviously,
have nothing against Natchez. I think he's a fantastic player.
absolutely.
But I just think Kempe is more valuable. So,
I could think of 31 other teams that would probably like to have him on their team.
but the good news for Colorado is they don't have the Rantanen 2.0 kind of situation.
True.
So now they're not worrying about like if you're going to sign here or not. Oh, we're just going to trade you. All right, and then Nikita Kucherov has achieved a significant milestone in his career by recording his 1,000th point, and that was against the Anaheim Ducks, by the way, too.
Yes, and I believe in the same game, right?
It was
Victor
the same
Hedman
game.
records his 800th career point and becomes the third Swedish defenseman to reach this milestone.
Yeah, two. They're going to be two Hall of Famers right there.
Not a doubt.
Yep. And then speaking of future Hall of Famers, Sidney Crosby made history on October 27th, becoming the 9th player in NHL history to reach 1,700 points. He hit the milestone with a goal and 2 assists in the Penguins' 6-3 win over the Blues. Crosby is just the 4th player to achieve this while spending his entire career with one team, joining legends like Gordie Howe, Steve Yzerman, and Mario Lemieux.
Yeah, talk about the Hall of Fame right there.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Not only is he a great hockey player, he's just a great person.
Yes, he is.
And I do miss him and Fleury pranking each other. I just totally miss that.
Yeah.
And Fleury, obviously another Hall of Famer, Marc-Andre Fleury.
The flower.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss him. I mean, he's
I
been
am too.
staple for the last years. And just before we go on to the next piece of news, Adam, you had a chance. You really did. I think you were the first person Cody asked to do a Duck podcast with him.
No.
No?
No.
I brought him up and you said no, he couldn't do it.
Did I ask?
That's what
I can't remember if I did.
Adam, when Cody talked about doing
I don't think I ever.
No, you did, because I go, what about Adam? Adam would be perfect for another Duck co-host.
Oh, I think it was like the job thing. I think he couldn't do it because of his job.
But that's what I'm trying to say. You had your chance. It could have been whatever Cody's name would have been. I can't remember what you had picked out.
Oh, I have it. I'm saving it for myself for later.
Oh, so you're gonna go solo, huh?
No, I'm not going. I'm not gonna go Justin Timberlake on you, okay? Don't worry.
Well, hey, you got a co-host.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure I think doing this, I've met so many more people, like people that I could, if I wanted to, I could do it now.
So you're just throwing Adam out with a bathwater?
No, I'm just saying. Well, I mean, there's Adam. I could have, like I said, there's other people that I'm pretty sure if I asked now, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, let's do it."
Okay, you're in a long line, Adam.
Well, no, I think Adam would be on top just because we can go back and forth, him and I, with the Duck stuff too.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So
I'm sure.
Hey, it would be also another connection. You and I, the umpiring one, and then Adam and I can do umpiring stuff too.
Yeah,
Which I kind of do want to do like an umpire podcast.
next off season, we're gonna get Adam, Eric, you and I, and we're gonna do
An
Royally
umpire,
Quack, the umpire
the ump
edition,
show.
And talk about games we've done sometimes together.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already told about a story about Eric.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Am I up next?
Yes, you're up.
Okay. Brad Marchand is stepping away from the Florida Panthers to help a friend whose daughter died last week of cancer. Marchand is serving as a guest coach Wednesday night for the under 18 March and Mill Company Hunters in his hometown of Halifax, Nova Scotia, in place of friend J.P. McCallum. Marchand is also a co-owner of the team. As much as people hate him sometimes playing against him, he's actually a pretty good guy off the ice. And I mean, that's big. He's stepping away to help someone, that is hurting.
Yeah.
So I give kudos to Brad for that.
That's why he did not play in the game against the Ducks on Tuesday.
Will he be back this next week?
I haven't heard anything. I'm guessing he should be back. I haven't been updated on if he's played or not since then. So, and the last bit of league news is the New Jersey Devils have signed goalie Jacob Markstrom to a 2-year extension worth $6 million AAV. So now they just have a little extra term on each of their goalies.
This is kind of surprised me because he's been kind of injury prone this season.
Yeah, and also he's what, 37?
Yeah, I don't know how old he is.
He's pretty old, if I remember right. Let's see if I can. Jacob, he is.
Tell Max to knock it off.
Max? That's Milo.
Oh, Milo. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's one of those M names.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. He's 35 right now. I thought he was older. Huh. Yeah. Anyways, you want to get into game recaps?
Sure.
I'll let you go. Just because it's one would be in order, and two, you got one more game than I do.
I didn't prepare my game, so why don't you do one and I'll do one, and I'll try to get mine set up.
You had one job.
I know. I was busy doing something else, if you remember right.
You had one job. Anyways. All right. So the Ducks on Sunday played in Tampa Bay, Florida, or should I say Tampa, Florida, where they faced off against the Lightning. This was the fourth game of the 5-game road trip. The Ducks fall to this one 4-3 against the Lightning. Like I said, this is the game that Kucherov reaches 1,000 points. To get the scoring started in the first period, Jake Gensel scored his third of the year to take a 1-0 lead. And then in the second period, Jacob Trouba got his second goal of the year. And then the assists go to Terry and McTavish. So we were tied 1-1 at the 4:42 mark. And then Jake Gensel again. So now we're on hat trick watch for Jake Gensel. Scores his fourth of the year to take a 2-1 lead. Then Anthony Cirelli gets his fourth of the year to make it 3-1 Tampa Bay. So it was 3-1 after 2 periods. And then Ryan Poehling gets his first as an Anaheim Duck, assist from Ross Johnston and Drew Hellison to make it 3-2. And then Troy Terry gets his third of the year. Cutter Gauthier gets his second assist, and Leo Carlson his sixth assist. So now we're tied 3-3. And then at the 16:45 mark, Anthony Cirelli scores on the power play to make it his fifth goal of the year. And that was the final goal. So Tampa Bay wins this one 4-3. The stats. The Ducks did outshoot the Tampa Bay Lightning 40-33. The Ducks barely lost in the faceoff percentage, 52-48. Ducks were 0 for 2 on the power play, but Tampa Bay was 1 for 6, and the Ducks had a total of 19 penalty minutes. Tampa Bay did outshoot us 21-14, block shots 17-15 in favor of Anaheim, 23 giveaways for Tampa Bay to Anaheim's 10, and then the Ducks had 8 takeaways and Tampa Bay had 5. Bill Stahl was fantastic in this game, stopping, I believe it was 29 of 33. And then the 3 stars of the game, Jake Gensel with 2 goals is the number 3. Sorelli with 2 goals, 1 assist is number 2. And the guy that got the 1,000 points was Nikita Kucherov. He got 2 assists in the game for 2 points, and he was the number 1 star.
All right. So my first game was Kings at the Nashville Predators. And I don't know what's going on with the Kings. It's like they somehow get to be competitive and then can't finish. So, I mean, we'll go straight to the scoring. Of course, in the first period, who starts off the scoring but the unsigned one, Adrian Kempe with his 5th from Clark and Kuzmenko, and the Kings are up 1-0. But didn't take but a minute and 33 seconds later, Ryan O'Reilly gets his 4th from Stasny, his 3rd at the 9-minute mark to tie the game to 1-1. That's how the first period ended. And then 36 seconds into the second period, Philip Forsberg gets his 3rd from Wood, his 1st, and O'Reilly his 3rd to put the Predators up 2-1. Then Joel Armia gets his 1st goal as a King from Turcotte, his 2nd, about a minute later to tie the score 2-2. Then who else but ex-Duck Scory Perry scores his 2nd from Armia, his 4th, to put the Kings up 3-2. But then Cole Smith, 2 minutes later, gets his 3rd unassisted, and we're going into the third period tied 3-3. So we keep getting a lead, and we keep giving it back. So we go to the third period, and Trevor Moore gets his 3rd from Brant Clark, his 3rd assist, and Edmondson his 2nd assist at the 9:50 mark to put the Kings up 4-3. But at the 14:44 mark, Ryan O'Reilly gets his 5th from Forsberg, his 3rd, and Haig his 1st on a wrist shot to tie the game. Goes to overtime, and I do believe the Kings should have won it in overtime, but they didn't, so it goes to a shootout. Seems like we've going to a lot of shootouts right now. And Nashville chose to go first. O'Reilly scores, Kempe scores, then Forsberg scores. Perry got, he got a shot off, but it was saved. Stamkos' shot was saved. Trevor Moore scored a goal. This went on for a little bit, if I remember right. Marchessault save, Byfield save.
Jesus.
Wood save, Kuzmenko save, Evangelista save, Fiala saved, and finally Eric Halla scores a goal. I don't know, it had Kevin Fiala in there again, but I don't think it could have been him twice.
He never went.
It has him twice in the shootout. Oh. And you can't do it twice unless you go all the way around. Well, anyways, Halla scored, Fiala scored, Bunting save, Fogle save, Wiesblatt scores, and then Armia goes and a save. I think it went 11. and the Kings lose the game 5-4. Let's go to the stats and just see. It's such a weird season that totally unlike the Kings of last year right now. We outshot Nashville 40-25, but they won the faceoff 55% to 44%. We were 0 for 3 on the power play. They were 0 for 2. So at least our penalty kill finally did their job. But hits were 23-11 Nashville. Block shots 19-7 Nashville. And of course, we win the giveaway one. We gave away 22-15. That seems like too high of a number. And then takeaways were 9 for Nashville, 5 for the Kings. Let's go to the 3 stars of the game. And obviously, there isn't a king in the bunch. Forsberg with a goal and assist was the 3rd star. Saros was the 2nd star with a save percentage of 9% and goals against average of 3.69. And the number 1 star obviously was Ryan O'Reilly with 2 goals and an assist. And we can move on to your next game, Cody.
I even looked on ESPN and it has Fiala shooting twice.
That's where I got it from.
No, that's on NHL. I'm looking on ESPN too.
Weird, huh?
I gotta watch that if it's possible. Like,
he didn't go twice. I watched it.
Because he literally went like twice in a row. That's weird, huh? Okay. So the Ducks will face the Florida Panthers, as like I said earlier, when Marchand was not going to be playing in this game. So this ends the 5-game road trip. So right now at this point, the Ducks are 2-1-1 on the road trip. So then we head over to South Florida to face off the 2-time defending champions. And the Ducks do squeak one out in a shootout, 3-2. And here's the scoring. There was no scoring in the first period whatsoever, but I can tell you the Ducks were getting outshot bad. It was 12-6 after 1, and then 7-10 after 7 shots for the Ducks, 10 shots for the Panthers. In the third period, the Ducks only had 3 shots on goal, and Florida only had 6. And then even in the overtime, 1 shot for Anaheim, 5 shots for Florida. But the Ducks took literally 3 penalties within the first 10 minutes of the second period. But luckily, on the third one, Leo Carlsson gets a shorthanded goal. And it's his 4th goal of the year. Assist from Terry and Hellison. So the Ducks take the lead 1-0 right around halfway point of the game at 9:59. And then Cutter Gauthier on the power play gets his 6th goal of the season, assist from Lacombe and Carlson. So now it's 2-0 Anaheim. And the Ducks were holding the lead pretty well. But then at the 11-12 mark, Anton Lundell scores his 3rd of the year. And then Sam Reinhart scores. And now we were tied 2-2. And that was at the 16:54 mark. We go into overtime. No score, and then we go into shootout. Uncle Leo goes first, and he gets stopped. Reinhardt goes, don't stop him, and then Troy Terry does the, I guess what they call the no move, and he did, that Kucherov move, Dad.
Yes, I know what you're.
So
he did it to what was it, Markstrom twice?
No, he did it to Leonard twice. No, Holtby. It was Braden Holtby.
Yeah, I go, shame on you for the second time that happened to you.
Yeah. But Troy Terry did something similar, but he didn't mean to do it. And you could tell right away, like when he smiled right after he scored, because you could just tell right away, he's like, yeah, I didn't mean to score that. Or I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, it was funny. So he scores, and then Anton Lundell scores. So now we're tied 1-1 after 2. And then Mason McTavish, oh my God, he just embarrassed. I don't remember the Panthers goalie. It was the backup guy. He just embarrassed him, and it was a Tarasov. That's what, right? And just put it right between his legs. And Mason McTavish gets a second goal in the shootout. And then Dostal stops Evan Rodriguez. So the Ducks win in a shootout 3-2 and ends the 5-game road trip. So the Ducks are 3-1-1 on the road trip. And here are the stats. Ducks got outshot 33-17 and got killed in the faceoff percentage 61-39. Power play, the Ducks were 1 for 5, but the power play was a perfect 4 for 4. Penalty hits 30-19 in favor of Florida. Block shots 22-17 in favor of Florida. Giveaways, each team had 16, and the Ducks had 4 takeaways to 2. And here are your 3 stars of the game. Anton Lundell with the 1 goal as the number 3 star. Lukas Dostal, who had, 31 saves? Yeah, 31 saves on 33 shots. A goals against average of 1.89 and a save percentage of 939. He's the number 2 star. And then Mason McTavish is the number 1 star with the filthy shootout goal winner. And that is our second game of the week.
Okay. Then we go to the 26th against the Blackhawks in Chicago. It was a good game. Chicago's surprising me, Cody.
They are surprising
playing
everyone.
better than I thought they would.
Yeah.
I'm going to go straight to the scoring. And of course, last season I called them not the Blackhawks, but I called them the Bedards. And who scores first in the first period but Connor Bedard with his 3rd goal from Mikheyev.
Yep.
His second assist at the 7:04 mark, and it is 1-0 Chicago, and it stayed that way through the first period. Then in the second period, 3:30 into the second period, Alex Laferriere, who's starting to play like he did a little bit more offensively like last year, he gets his second from Corey Perry, his first, and Philip Deneau, his 3rd, to tie the score. Then a minute and 24 seconds later, Kevin Fiala gets his 5th from Brant Clark, his 4th, to put the Kings up after 2 periods, 2-1, or two goals, 2-1, and score 2-1. I'm thinking baseball all of a sudden. Then in the third period, Joel Armaria gets his second on an empty netter at the 18:52 mark from Kempe, his 8th, and Edmonton his 3rd. And the Kings go and get a victory in Chicago. They're breaking their regulation win or no wins to at least to 1. And the shots on goal, they were close. 23 Blackhawks, Kings 22. Face-offs, Chicago 56-44%. Both of them were 0 for on the power play. The Kings were 0 for 3. Chicago 0 for 5. So obviously our penalty kill decided to play at least a little bit. And then in hits, it's another game. 24 hits to 14. That's a big discrepancy. Block shots were 8-8. Giveaways, of course, we won that battle, which we don't want to win, 19-11. And takeaways were 6 for Chicago, 4 for the Kings. Let's go to the 3 stars. Obviously, Connor Bedard getting the only goal for Chicago was the 3rd star. Alex Laferriere was the 2nd star with a goal. And Kevin Fiala, also with a goal, was the 1st star. So at least we broke the streak of non-regulation wins.
So I found out who the Phantom second Fiala is.
Okay.
So the first Fiala, the one that got blocked in the Predators game in the shootout, was Philip Deneau. It wasn't Fiala.
Ah.
And then Eric Holla scored, and then Fiala goes, and then he scores. I just watched the full shootout right now. I sped through because I'm like, it was bugging me.
It was a typo. It really didn't make it.
But here's the thing. It was on NHL and ESPN. Two different networks or two different like platforms.
That's okay.
Oh, we're always talking crap on you. You're always talking crap on us, Adam.
Well, I guess if the shoe fits Adam, you got to wear it.
All right. All right. I feel better knowing who the Phantom second Fiala was. What were we talking?
I don't know.
Was it about you texting me last week about the why we weren't doing a live stream, or I don't know.
Oh, we also had Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. Hope you guys are well. Glad to see you back on Twitch again this week. Yeah, we just I had something to do last week and we couldn't do the live stream, but I know I like doing the live streams. They're fun.
I got to tell you, Kevin, you're very competitive in fantasy hockey, buddy. Way to go.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to my game. So here's my last game of the week, and it happened last night on Halloween. The Ducks faced off against 10 times. Oh, that one, Adam. It was about we were talking crap. I think that was when my dad was saying I wanted to start just a Ducks podcast, and I think I asked you when I first started, but you said you couldn't with work. That's all. We weren't talking crap. We were just your name got brought up, okay? But I think I asked you if you wanted to do the podcast, like host a Ducks podcast with me, but I think you couldn't because of work. I believe that's what it was. Then Kevin, thanks, Gary, but I see your scores and I'm scared to play you next week. I mean, Kevin, if you saw how bad my dad kicked my butt the other week, you should be scared.
Oh, Kevin, it every week it changes.
Oh,
so
Adam, and doing an all umpire podcast with us two, you, me, my dad, and Eric. That's right. Thank you, Mom, for that. All right, back to game.
How is that talking crap?
No, I think he just heard his name because usually when we bring him up, we're usually talking crap on each other. I think he just assumed. All right, back to the game. So this was John Gibson's return to Anaheim. Oh, we know, Adam. We know. Trust us. His first game after being traded to Detroit in the offseason. Great tribute video. And it was tough seeing Gibson in Red Wings gear. It was very weird for me. But it's good to know that we own the Red Wings still, so I'm happy about that. But the Ducks win this one 5-2 last night on Halloween. Let's get the scoring started in this one. On the penalty kill. That's right. Not in just no, it wasn't. I'm glad he's gone.
He's talking about Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was laughing about. Weird to see him, and he goes,
for me, it was
glad
weird.
He's gone.
Other than him being injury prone the last few years and everything like that, I mean, he was really good last year for the Ducks when he wasn't injured. But Troy Terry got the scoring start on this one, his fourth goal of the year, short-handed a goal. And I gotta say this, I don't remember the last time the Ducks had multiple shorthanded goals like this since what I want to say the Kessler, Silverberg, Cogliano line, since 2017, 2016, that we had actual scoring penalty kill. But the assist on that one go to Drew Hellison, his 4th of the year, and Leo Carlson's 8th assist of the year. But about less than 4 minutes later, Lucas Raymond scores his 3rd of the year, so now it's 1-1. And then Uncle Leo gets his 5th of the year. Troy Terry his 8th assist of the season, and Jacob Trouba's 4th assist of the year. So now it's 2-1 Anaheim after 1. Then we go into the second, and Mason McTavish just he gets the puck and just goes from right and then goes in the middle. And I guess I didn't know this, but the Red Wings play like that man-to-man defense. And Mason McTavish got the two guys confused, and they end up bumping into each other. And McTavish just puts it right in between 5 players in the front of the net, and it goes in. Beautiful shot, beautiful play by McTavish there. That's his 2nd goal of the year. Zellweger and Cutter with the assist. That's Zellweger's 2nd and Cutter's 3rd. So it's 3-1 Anaheim. And of course, I don't know what it is. Every time I watch the Ducks play against the Red Wings and the Red Wings have a power play, their power play looks so good. And they even have Patrick Kane in this game. They're just the way they pass the puck. It's fun to watch the Red Wings on the power play. I mean, it sucks that it's always against the Ducks when I see this, but I do like the way their power play moves the puck. But DeBrincat gets his 4th goal of the year on the power play, so it's 3-2 Anaheim after 2. And then we go into the 3rd period, and it was all Ducks scoring from there. Chris Kreider gets on the board on the power play goal, his 5th goal of the year. Cutter's 4th assist of the season, and Leo Carlson's 9th assist of the year. And so it's 4-2 Anaheim, and that was just less than a minute into the game. And this one was a weird goal because Gibson kind of pushed the puck, or not the puck, the net off its moorings, but the Ducks still had a possession and an actual shot. And Kreider shot it, and it technically would have been a goal if Gibson didn't move the net. So they reviewed it. And it was a goal. So it was 4-2 Anaheim. And then Troy Terry on the empty net gets his 5th of the year, and Leo Carlson's 10th assist. That's right, you heard 10th assist. I believe Carlson had a 4-point night last night. Terry had he had 3 points last night. Dostal was just fantastic in this game. Now you can see why we had Dostal as the 1A last year over Gibson. It was this game that really proved why Dostal's number 1 and why he got that contract. The Ducks outshot Detroit 32-30. Face-offs. We got to work on our face-offs. It was 65-35. Power play, we were 1 for 5, and Detroit was 1 for 7. Yeah. We did out-hit them 21-16. 12. We out-blocked shot them. I don't know if that's the right word. We had more block shots, 12-10. Giveaways were even at 22, and the Red Wings had 3 takeaways to 1. The 3 stars of the game was Jacob Trouba with 1 assist for 1 point. I tell you, I'm very impressed with the way Jacob Trouba is playing this year. I am very impressed with the way he's playing. And then Leo Carlson is the number 2 star with 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. And then Troy Terry continues his hot streak and with 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points as the number 1 star of the game. So that ends our little weekly recap for the games for the Ducks. And I know you have, after you're done, I want to talk about the first 10 games of the year for the Ducks. After you're done.
I got 2 games left.
So I'll give you a little bit of a break after
I'm done with that.
After your 2 games, yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yep.
Okay. So we go to San Jose and play the Sharks. And this game starts off pretty good. Corey the Scory Perry starts off the scoring in the
It's
first.
no. You can't just do Corey the Scory. No, this isn't Blue's Clues. You got to just do Scory Perry.
No,
Jesus.
I wanted to, mix it up a little. He scores the goal at the 10:54 mark, his third already in the short period of time he's been playing. With Clark his fifth assist and Ferrier his second assist, put the Kings up 1-0. And that's how the first period ends. And the Kings are up 1-0. They had 6 shots on goal. San Jose had 7. It gets scary going into the second period. So then Jeff Malott gets his second from Perry, his second, and Edmondson, Corey the Scory, one of us.
He's with the Kings now. He can have that terrible nickname. That'd be
That's
like
okay.
me saying Dave Riddick was, Dave, the big save Dave. You see how stupid it sounds?
No. It's okay. You can do what you want. I'm going to do what I want. Corey the Scory. Kevin liked it. So, hey, zip it, boy. Don't make me put you in timeout during the podcast.
I want to hear the comments on this one.
You're already seeing it.
No, I meant like when the whole podcast, like when it goes on a podcast.
Okay. So can I go on or do you want to interrupt some more?
Go Corey the Scory.
Zip it, Cody. Zip it. Malott gets his second from Perry, his second, and Edmondson his fourth to make it 2-0 at the 3:21 mark. Then Drew Daddy gets his first from Dumoulin, his first, and Turcotte his third at the 6:43 mark to put the Kings up 3-0. So they're up 3-0. And at this time, I think they'd been outshot by at least 7 or 8 shots already. And they're winning 3-0. But all of a sudden, here come the Sharks. Will Smith gets his third from Celebrini, his 10th, and Toffoli his second. And I got to tell you guys, Celebrini's the real deal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, totally impressed. I think I brought up a question before the season started. Who would you take, Celebrini or Bedard? I think everybody took Celebrini, though.
And they're both looking good right now.
Yeah, well, Celebrini's looking awesome.
Well, I think Bedard only has like 1 less point than Celebrini does. Or not that far.
Yeah. Well, obviously, they're 2 number ones. I mean,
yeah.
Anyway, so then Philip Kurasov scores his second from Wenberg, his third, and Eklund his sixth at the 17-6 mark, and now it's 3-2. Second period ends with the Kings up 3-2. But let me just get the shots for you. The Kings had 10 shots. Sharks had 23 shots. So now we're going to go to the third period, and Alex Wenberg gets his second from Kurashev, his second, and Skinner his second, and we're tied 3-3. And that was at the 4:48 mark of the third period. Then Brant Clark, starting to show some of that offensive promise that the Kings were expecting, gets his second. And you've been hearing his name quite a bit today, by the way. And Kempe, with his 9 assists, ninth assist, and Edmondson with his 5th at the 13:20 mark for a 4-3 Kings lead. And that's how the game ended, 4-3. But shots on goal, 40-14. 40-14. How does a team that expected to come in last in the division outscore a team that's supposed to be a playoff team, outshoot them 40-14? Face-offs, hey, the Kings won it, 52-48. Again, obviously the PK's working a little bit now. Kings were 0 for 1, but San Jose was 0 for 5. Hits, now at least we're in the ballpark on this one. We had 14, the Sharks had 17. The block shots had to be the difference because the Kings had 23-12. So that's when you definitely want to win. But we keep winning the giveaways. That was 14 Kings, 9 Sharks. Takeaways, it was Sharks 6, Kings 3. Let's go to the 3 stars of the game. Any guesses on who the 3 stars are?
All Sharks?
No. Actually, for one of the first times they've actually put the person who should have been the first star. Wenberg was the 3rd star with a goal and assist. In fact, all 3 of these players had a goal and assist. Kurashev was a 2nd star, obviously with a goal and assist. And the game winner from Brant Clark with a goal and assist is your number 1 star. And he should have been the number 1 star. Okay, then we'll go to my last game, which is the Detroit Red Wings. Red Wings. Yeah, I'm Elma Fudd. So let's go to the scoring. You know, Laferriere, the first period was no scoring. Second period, Alex Laferriere, shorthanded from Quentin Byfield is 7th and CC is 2nd on a backhand shot. Put the Kings up 1-0. But that didn't stay very long. Alex DeBrincat on the power play gets his 3rd from Raymond, his 7th, and Sider his 4th at the 13:22 mark, just about a minute later, and the game is tied 1-1. Then Marco Kasper scores on the power play again, his 2nd from Sandin Palinka, and his 2nd, and Kopp his 4th, to put the Detroit up 2-1. And that's how it ended after 2 periods. We go to the 3rd period, and Marco Kasper gets his 3rd from Appleton, his 3rd, and DeBrincat his 9th to put Detroit up 3-1. Then we go to getting late in the game, and who scores but Corey Perry with his 4th from Kempe his 10th and Fiala his 4th at the 17:47 mark. So now it's 3-2. So, you know, we still have time. Then Corey Perry gets his 5th from Quentin Byfield his 8th and Kopitar his 5th at the 18:27 mark to tie the game up 3-3. We go to overtime where we should have won a game in overtime again. We did not. We go to a shootout. And Adrian Kempe was first to go for the Kings. And there was a save. Lucas Raymond scored. Corey Perry shot, save. DeBrincat shot, save. Fiala shot, save. And
wait, which Fiala was this? Was this Philip Deneau Fiala or Fiala?
I do believe it was the actual real Kevin Fiala.
Okay,
I think Deneau just dressed up early for Halloween, looking like Fiala when he shot that shot. Maybe.
I didn't even think about that.
How do you mix the 2 guys up? I'm not even sure.
Well,
I mean, they're not even from the same country.
24, 22. Like, I guess it's kind of close.
Yeah, well,
but still, like
multiple outlets got that wrong. So one thing I got to say about the media for the Kings, they give the proper players 3 stars. They don't care if it's not a King. I mean, Corey Perry was the 3rd star. He had 2 goals. I mean, the guy's 40 years old. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going and going and going. And I could see why Ducks fan loved him for so long. Probably the Oilers fans are going, God, we let him get away. They should have re-signed him. I don't think Edmonton's doing fantastic this year. Alex DeBrincat was the 2nd star with a goal and assist. And the 1st star was Kasper with 2 goals and no assists. And that finishes off the games from last week. So go
um,
ahead, Cody.
on TikTok, I used one of the reels about Corey Perry finally making his LA Ducks debut, and it got quite a few comments on TikTok. You know, friend of the podcast, Tim from Go Dwigs or Go Home, he commented saying, couldn't stand the guy, but nice he joined LA. Gotta love him since he's on the Kings. He's a grinder and love his net front presence. There's some other comments that I don't want to say on the podcast. But Perry shouldn't get the hate. Dude is getting us points. That's all that matters. Grow up. And then here's another one, and that was from Demon Marquez. This is from Laura. I was excited ever since I heard he was coming to us. I know people aren't fond of him, and they keep saying there's bad blood. A lot of that stays on the ice. He's friends with a lot of the guys on the team, especially with Doughty. As Drew said, and other people, he's a guy you don't want to play against. He's the guy you want on your team. And look how much he's done for us already. I will root for Corey Perry. He is an LA King now.
You know, I could understand why Kings fans, I know Eddie Garcia from Locked On Kings, he's just had so many years to hate the guy. It's hard to like him. I mean, or say love him like a king. But I mean, we're all about winning, right?
Yep.
And he's a winner.
Yeah. Last comment I'm going to say from Nate Benson. As a Kings fan, Corey Perry on the team is hard to see, but if he produces, I'll take it. But I'm definitely not buying his jersey.
I'm not buying his jersey either.
That's fine. I wasn't, expecting all that, but Kevin did ask us a question.
Yeah, I saw it.
If you guys can decide the 3 penalty shots for the Kings, who would you pick to shoot?
Well, we were missing one of the guys that typically probably would have shot early on against the Red Wings. Trevor Moore wasn't there that night, and he would have been probably in there. I mean, I would go Kempe, Fiala. I mean, you can't argue with Perry. He's scoring goals, but then I would have Moore go. And you gotta, or Clark. Let's get Clark in there. He's quick with his stick handling and stuff, and score goals. And Byfield hasn't had much success, but I think we need to throw him out there and give him confidence.
I say let Kemper go.
What?
Let Kemper take the shootout.
Oh.
Like I said, for the Kings, I don't know who. I mean, whoever my dad thinks, I think it would be the right choice as well. Like I said, for the Ducks, I think we have Leo, McTavish, and Terry. I mean, that's 3 great shootout guys right there already. So, but all right. So, are you done with the King stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to talk about the first 10 games from last season for the Ducks and the first 10 games of the season this year for the Ducks. So this is last year. We were 4-4-2. Are you just going to leave now? All right. So the Ducks were 4-4-2. They had a total of 10 points. They had 20 goals for and 20 goals for and 27 goals against. Their highest point getter in those first 10 games was Terry. He had 5 goals and 3 assists. And after that, it was Carlson with 4 goals, 2 assists. And then after that, it was Strome with 3 goals, 2 assists. So we had a guy with 8 points, 6 points, and 5 points. Oh, and McTavish had 5 points. So those were the top 4 right there. This season so far, the Ducks are 6-3-1 with 13 points, 36 goals for, and 33 goals against. our highest point getter right now is Carlson with 15 points, 5 goals, 10 assists. And then Terry with 13 points with 5 goals, 8 assists. And then we got Cutter with 10 points, 6 goals, 4 assists. And then after that, we got McTavish with 8 points, 2 goals, 6 assists. And then Granlund, 2 goals, 6 assists as well. So already a huge difference in points from last season to this season. Like last year, we didn't even have any double-digit point guys in the first 10 games. This year, we already have 3. And we have 2 guys already knocking on the doorstep. And maybe if Granlund didn't get hurt in Tampa Bay, maybe he could have been another double-digit point getter. So it's just telling you that there's a lot of improvement already from last season to this season. And I'm liking it so far. The Ducks are very high-paced, like not afraid to beat you on the rush, that's how they're scoring most of these goals. So I guess a big difference. The only thing I would wish is like the less goals against would be great. I mean, that's what everyone wants, but from last year 27 to this year 33, that's like the big difference. Like defensively, we need to get better on, but offensively, 20 goals for last year and 36 goals for this year. So, and like I said, Carlson's in 10 games has 15 points. Like I said, we didn't even have a single guy in double digits last year in the first 10 games, and we already got 3 this year.
Oh, they're definitely a huge improvement offensively.
Yeah,
huge.
So Terry last year in the first 10 games had 8 points. This year, 13. Carlson, 15 points this year. Last year, he had 6. Cutter last year, 6. Right now, he has 6 goals, 4 assists. Last year, Cutter had 4 assists. Remember, Cutter didn't score his first goal until like mid-November. And now he already has 6 already. And he still hit 20 goals last season.
Okay, so I have to. Are you done with your little thing there?
I'm done with that.
I didn't want to interrupt. Sorry. I had a question for you, and you can't cheat and look.
Okay.
Name an Edmonton Oiler in the top 10 in scoring.
Is there actually one?
You have to answer the question. It's not ask a question of the person asking the question.
So there is a Edmonton Oiler in the top 10 right now.
That's still a question. Give me an answer. You can give me an answer on it because you don't know who the top 10 are. Name me an Edmonton Oiler in the top 10. Are you looking?
No. Here, hands.
Okay. I'll change. I'll even change the question. Name an Edmonton Oiler in the top 20 in scoring right now, without including any games that might be played today, if there are any going on right now. And there is one.
See, thank you. That's all I want to know. If there was,
I'm going to give you that. In the top 10, there was 0.
See, that was a trick question.
0. That's the question. Can you believe there's 0 Edmonton Oilers in the top 10?
Okay, see, that's why I asked. I'm like,
well, you could have said 0.
So, okay, but you asked the question, how many? Or no, you said, can you name me? You didn't say how many. Can you name me?
Yeah.
So you asked me a trick question, and technically, I kind of answered it by asking, "Wait, are there any?" So technically, I would have gotten that right.
So there's one, and can you tell me who that is and what position they're in scoring? Are you looking?
We already narrowed it down to half of it. I'm gonna say Draisaitl at 18.
Oh, not pretty close.
Really?
He's 20th. So
Hey, like I said, I swear I didn't look it up or anything. I believe you.
So obviously you've already named a Duck that's in the
Carlson.
top 20.
Okay.
Or he's 16. Actually, Adrian Kempe and Leo Carlson are both tied with the exact same stats, 5 goals, 10 assists in
Okay.
16th and 17th place. So we each have a guy above the McJesus and Draisaitl. Wow. That just blows me away thinking about that because you're always seeing McDavid, Draisaitl, top 5.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Edmonton always sucks in the beginning. Like, they never perform good, and then they just start, like, a 10-game win streak, and then, like, 1 or 2 losses, and then another, like, 6-game win streak, and then, like, so kind of hard to judge the Edmonton Oilers until, like, I would say about January.
So you want to know where you stand on your predictions for the Ducks?
Oh crap! I totally forgot about that. Where am I at? So I'm guessing I'm like 5. I'm guessing like 5-5.
Actually, right on the money, 5-5. You went 1-2 last week.
Okay.
If you would have picked them to beat the Panthers, you would have been 2-1 instead of 1-2.
Okay.
And so you're 5-5. I went 2-2, which was my best week.
Okay.
So I'm
So
4-8. You're 5-5.
I mean,
So it's a reverse of last year. I started off pretty good and I got quite a big lead on you, and then you came roaring back, and then I think I ended up winning by a little bit last year.
So do you want to know what the standings look like right now?
Sure.
So in the Central, Colorado's 1 with 18 points, and then Winnipeg and Utah are in second and third. Winnipeg's second, Utah's third, with each of them have 16 points.
Right.
And the Pacific, the Golden Knights are number 1 with 15 points. The Kings are number 2 with 14 points. And the Ducks are number 3 with 13 points. But here's the thing. The Knights have played 11 games with 15 points. The Kings have played 12 games with 14 points. And the Ducks have only played 10 and have 13 points. So if the Ducks win, like at least match up, we could be tied with Vegas.
Yeah. What did I say at the start of the season?
Look out.
Look out.
Yeah.
I had a gut feeling about that. I mean, I'm not sure it's going to be sustained. And if it is, I mean, Anaheim Duck fans, you're going to be very, very happy. I got to tell you, I like to watch them. They're fun to watch.
They are. They are. And I can tell you, and the one thing I'm finally happy about is that everyone, like all the social media and all the just not like main team hockey podcasts, but like all the general hockey podcast people, all of them are now talking about how exciting the Ducks team is. And I'm hearing like the Spitting Chicklets guys, the guys on 32, Elliot and Kyle are talking about it. Like it's other podcasts, they're all talking about like how exciting this team is to watch.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean,
yeah.
The one thing I am a huge hockey fan first. Yeah. I had the NHL Network on this morning, and I'm watching the highlights from last night because I don't get to watch all the games because I do work nights. But like I said, it's the Sharks are a fun team to watch.
Yeah, they are.
Chicago played. I was impressed with all these teams that were bottom feeders not that long ago. You see, okay, Kevin, you secretly like the Ducks. That's
Attaboy,
okay.
Kevin, come to the Ducks side.
You know,
Good. I
you and
love
Darth,
that.
you
Yep.
and Darth Vader.
Even that wasn't Vader. That was more Palpatine. But okay.
Whatever. You're definitely a Sith Lord, that's for sure.
Oh, it's funny. I love the Sith Lord, but I'm definitely not a Sith in real life. But you gotta admit, as much as I love that, like the dark side in the Star Wars universe, I just love how dark side and then duck side, it sounds so close, and I love saying that.
Wow.
Join the duck side.
Dun dun
Jo-
dun 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 dun. Dun.
Yep. But so by the way, first of all, I want to apologize to everyone for the whole Spotify issue. They flagged our intro song for some reason. I'm working on it. I'm getting it back. I've already appealed the thing because I already bought proof of. I bought it like a year ago or whatever about being able to use the intro song for stuff. I already bought it, to be able to use it. So Spotify changed their copyright music laws, and so I'm having issues with that. So if people on Spotify, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. Trust me. I should hear back by this next week on what's going on. So episode 84 and 85 is not on Spotify right now, but you can go back on, like, listen to Amazon Music, iHeart, Overcast, Apple, watch on YouTube, and you go go back and watch it on Twitch, like Kevin here. So I just want to give everyone a heads up on that. Yeah, stupid changing copyright laws like that. But
Well, yeah, they're just trying to not get into a lawsuit. So, I mean,
yeah.
and of course, I don't want to get in a lawsuit.
No, I mean, I already had proof that of purchase to use that song. It's the intro song that we have.
Yeah, because
The AI one is the one I created, and I got proof of that one too. So
perfect.
So, yeah. But yeah, can you believe the Dallas Stars are a wild card team right now? And the Kraken are too.
Well, the Kraken, another surprise. Look at that's why the games are played, because you just never know what's going to happen. I mean, the Kraken were not projected to be a playoff team. Ducks were not projected to be a playoff team. The Mammoth, look how well they've played.
Man, that Cooley, Peterka, Gunther line is probably one of the best lines in hockey right now. That line is fun to watch.
There's an ownership group that wants to win.
Yeah, honestly, good on Ryan Smith for doing all that.
And the Sam Willies have almost said they'd open up their bank account to make the Ducks better, and I think they've done it. Yeah. So, and the Kings, let's stop nickeling and diming Kempe and get him signed. I mean, come on. I mean, he's their best player right now.
Yeah.
Even over Kopi. Kopi probably takes a back seat to him.
Yeah.
But they did miss Kopi when he was out, though. So, I mean, he's definitely still the best face-off guy the Kings have.
All right. Quick question before we get out of here.
Sure.
Who's your surprise, team that's playing well so far in the whole league? And who's your surprise, disappointment? So, our biggest surprise, biggest disappointment so far. And why you're thinking, Kevin said that Nature Steel looks great, comparable. Just get it done at 8 times 11.5 for Kempe and stop playing hardball with him. No, we agree. And like I said, before the season even started, we should have said that they should have signed Kempe at that 8x10. And now with all these new deals coming out, look at like he's going to be getting like 8x12 or something like that.
Well, it's funny, as the biggest surprise to me, and this is no slap at the Ducks, is Detroit's just been talented and not playing well.
Who?
They're up there. I mean, because we talked about, the Ducks. I mean, Chicago would be another one to be a bigger surprise to me than the Ducks would be. And I think Utah's had the talent too.
So who's your surprise team?
I would have to say Detroit. I didn't think they'd make the playoffs. I thought they were going to make it last year, and I know they just missed.
See,
they have a lot of talent on that team.
See, I think you're missing an obvious one. Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's true. You're right. I am totally didn't even because
Crosby, Malkin.
Yeah.
And like I said, and they look good too. It's not like they're just like winning games because they're just squeaking out wins. They're looking good. But
another surprise team in the opposite way would be Washington. Looks like a 500 team right now.
Oh, I mean, look at Toronto. They're last place in the East.
Did you think Marner would make that big a difference?
Yeah, I mean, Florida has all the injuries. So I'll give them a pass on that. I mean, Tampa Bay is not even. I mean, they're tied for the last wild card in a way, but not really. But like on the West, I mean, Minnesota and St. Louis, they've looked bad, and in Calgary, I should say, I think Wolf carried that team last year, and I called that.
Yeah,
they're not scoring, and I didn't think that I would see that the Kings are a -4 and the Ducks are a +4 in goal differential.
Wow.
Oh, and the Dallas Stars -2. Edmonton, yeah, but even Chicago's a +4. Everyone else, there's only in the West, there's only 1, 2, 3 teams. Oh, sorry. 5, 6 teams that have a positive goal differential. Colorado, Winnipeg, Utah, Vegas, Anaheim, and Chicago. Everyone else has a minus goal differential, and that's just in the West. In the East, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 with a positive, and the Tampa Bay is just neutral. And then Kevin says the Kings defense and PK has been pretty surprising. Surprisingly good or surprisingly bad?
Bad.
Okay.
Their BK, obviously, this last week was a lot better. But, their biggest problem is just they're in the penalty box way too much. I mean, they're
0-2 at home. And you guys were the best home team last year. Is it time to bring back the Harmonic Queens?
Yeah, maybe something. They need to kickstart. It'd be nice today to see them play because they've got 3 really good teams that are going to be playing here this next week. Because we have to go through that yet. We haven't finished with that.
For which one?
The predictions for next week.
Oh, yeah, let's get to that.
So I'll go.
You go.
You want to? Okay. I got. You know what? The Kings find a way to lose. So a lot of their losses, though, are they get a point, which I don't know. Somebody said it's a tie game, and the other team won the bonus point. So that's how to look at it. And whoever I can't remember who said that, but I made
Sounds like
kind
a
of sense.
Merrick thing.
I think it was on the All the King's Men with Jesse Cohen.
Oh,
I think he's the one that said it. I'm pretty sure it was him now. Well, anyways, I've got the Kings losing today against the Devils. I think the Devils are very dangerous team. Jack Hughes seems to come back with an abandon, man. He's going crazy, looking very good. I got him losing 4-2 on today. Tuesday, they are playing against the Jets. I have them losing 4-2. And then Thursday, they're playing the Panthers, losing 4-3.
all right. So tomorrow the Ducks will play against the New Jersey Devils at home. I'm predicting a 3-2 win. And then on Tuesday, the Ducks are home against the Panthers, and we'll conclude our season series against the Panthers. And I have a feeling the Ducks will win this one 4-3. And the last game of the week will be Thursday, and this is in Dallas, and I'm predicting a 5-2 loss on this one. So
is that just because it's the Stars? Because actually, I think the Devils are a better team right now than the Stars are.
I just think that the Ducks play better against the Devils than the Stars.
Interesting.
And so I don't know. I just my I don't know, gut feeling kind of thing.
Well, it's to me, I'm frustrated. When I'm frustrated, I go the opposite of what I want.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope I'm 4-11 next week. Just you Kings fans thinking, oh, why is he doing that? I go, kickstart him.
Yep. And then before we get out of here, I did put on social media to have everyone put out their favorite, Halloween costume that they want or favorite Halloween candy. And we did get one reply. I was hoping to get more, but hopefully next year we'll get more Halloween candy and costumes. But the LA Kings channel, so Dylan, put Dum Dums are an underrated Halloween candy if given out. I don't mind Dum Dums.
Yeah. The candy I don't mind. The other Dum Dums I could deal without because I see them on the road all the time.
Well, that's
so so.
All right, Dad. Favorite Halloween candy, and then which one you just know.
Oh, Kevin says Twizzlers and Dots are the best.
No, Red Vines. Red Vines are the best.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm a Red Vines guy myself.
Dots are all right. I don't mind Dots.
I'm not talking about the Dots though.
No,
Butterfinger is my favorite candy.
So for me, I don't know what. And I know this goes with Mom's theory, and I agree with Mom's theory, but the holiday Oreos are just better. I will agree with Mom on this. Like, there is something about the holiday Oreos that make them better, and then the holiday Reese's too, because I feel like you get a little bit more peanut butter with like the pumpkin or the Christmas tree ones.
E2, Cody. E2.
E2.
Yeah, means you too.
Yeah. Red Vines are better, I agree, but Twizzlers come in those little Halloween sized packages. See, yes, the holiday Reese's are the best. Like I said, I've always been a Butterfinger guy. I grew up and I started liking the little snack size Snickers too.
Oh, I love Snickers.
Yeah, I was never a big Snickers guy before, but now it's like I don't know if I could do like the full bar. But that little snack size is like, or fun size ones are like perfect.
So all you fans, I got a few things for you to think about and try. So one thing I love is you put Oreos in the freezer.
Mm,
Okay.
that's true.
I mean, you got to be careful when you're first crunching on them. They're really hard. You don't want to break a tooth or something like that. Like I had happen a couple weeks ago, but that was on a potato chip and it was an old Crown. And anyways. But I turned on two guys at work to the frozen Oreos and they go, "Oh, that's a keeper."
Yeah.
Also refrigerating your Snickers bars and Butterfingers. Oh my gosh. It takes it to another level.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you could do it with just about any candy bar.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
Mom,
I would not do red vines. Red vines
no,
are.
moms are just saying red vines are better, and I raised you right. And then, even Kit Kat or special holiday Reese's. See, everyone's on this holiday Reese's. I do like a good Kit Kat too. And then Kevin, I'll try the frozen arrows. Report back with my review next week. Oh,
Kevin,
God, what's another?
Kevin, it's a winner. I guarantee you.
Oh, yes, Halloween Sour Patch Kids. I just love Sour Patch. That's another good one, Mom. I love sour. I love sour candy too. It's either like chocolate or sour for me. And then even Adam, yes, Vicky, red vines are amazing. All right.
Especially when they're fresh, really
Yeah.
fresh. Oh my God. I can't stop eating them when
Yeah.
they're fresh. Now I got to go get some red vines. Thank you guys.
Okay, hold on. Favorite M&M? Is there just
Peanut.
regular peanut
M&Ms?
caramel?
Peanut M&Ms.
See, for me, it's the peanut M&Ms and then the pretzel M&Ms, if you can find them.
And those in the refrigerator, another winner.
See, you know, I'm surprised which candy you didn't say. And it's one that like you always get in your stockings and like for Halloween.
I got a silver, you mean?
Huh?
I get a silver?
You get a silver.
Yeah. The commercial was York peppermint patties, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I love York. And those are good frozen or in the refrigerator too.
Yeah. And even Adam said peanut butter or crunch. I haven't tried the crunch ones. I'll have to try that one. All right. I'm going to try to make this a reel. I want everyone right now, put in the comments, what's your favorite Halloween candy? So
I think a lot of people have been already doing that.
No, I want to hear all our social media followers to give their opinion.
Okay, so challenge. Tell us your favorite candy. We will announce the winner next week.
Winner to what?
Which candy is the winner?
Oh, which candy is the winner? I was like,
there's no prize for this one, guys. You already got the candy, you got to eat it. But which candy is our hockey fans most hockey fans like the best? Which one's gonna win the prize for that?
Yeah.
Put it in the refrigerator and you'll find out it's different. Like Butterfinger refrigerated or warm or just right out of the wrapper. Refrigerated one wins every time. Yeah. Oreos, same thing. I like the freezer, but I will put them in the refrigerator too. So
see, and I'm this done. Is me. And all right, my last one before I close this out. While we're speaking of Oreos, you know how people like to dump it in milk? You know, for the Oreos? Nope. I always do chocolate milk. I'm a chocoholic. I know it's a problem, but I like to dump my Oreos in chocolate milk. And it hits every time. Just saying. All right, ready to get out of here?
Plain M&M slightly melted.
Okay. That's different.
Yeah.
Or M&Ms with popcorn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mom used to do that when we took you when you guys were younger to the movies.
Yep.
That is killer.
See, I'm not a strawberry person, or a golden Oreos person, but that does sound actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. Golden Oreos and strawberry milk. Okay.
He won't even try it, Adam.
Yeah, I won't try. I'll let somebody else try it for me. But all right,
He's not a strawberry fan.
No. So, all right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to this live stream for Royally Quacked, episode 86. Kevin, it's okay. I'll try it. All right, Kevin, get back to us on that. You'll have your report is due next Saturday at the live stream. Okay, I expect it on my desk first thing.
So, Kevin, you can just come on and be part of the live stream with us next week if you want to. Would you like to do that, Kevin? Adam, you're always welcome. You know that. So,
well, Adam will just message me on Friday night. Hey, I'm coming on. Okay,
that's cool. Whatever.
All right.
I like having other opinions on the podcast. So
no, I did too. But Kevin, if you're good with that, you can come on and you can give us your food report.
Yes.
So everyone, thank you again for tuning in. You know, Kevin, Adam, my mom, everyone on the podcast. Don't forget to put in the comments what your favorite Halloween candy is. While you're there, if you know this episode shouldn't be flagged on Spotify because we didn't even do the intro song. So hopefully it should be on there. But on Spotify, you can leave comments on the episode. So if you listen on Spotify and you're listening to this, put in the comments what your favorite Halloween candy is. And then let us know or give us like a different like food take that you got. We'd love to hear it. So
yeah,
because I did that on the late arrivals guys because they're known for their food takes there, and I told them a few of mine. So let's hear yours. Like I said, go follow us on all social media accounts. Like I said, I'll make a reel asking what your favorite Halloween candy is, and you can put that in the comments too. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We need a lot of likes, guys. Let's get a like spike going for YouTube and Twitch. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so that way you're following us. And we'll see you next week. And I'm excited for this season.
I got one other comment. Adam, be like UC Saros. No goals.
No goals.
No goals next week.
He'll be in Vegas. That's cool.
Yeah, in a tournament. If he's playing goal, no goals. If you are out on the ice, then obviously score 10 goals.
Yeah. I want you to get a Corey Scory hat trick.
Well, the following week we'll expect a report on how the tournament was. Adam, are you up for 2 weeks from today?
Yeah, he can. Well, I'll message him. But all right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on Royally Quacked. And just remember, let's go Ducks.
Go Kings, go. See you next week.
A father and son, a bond so strong, talking hockey all day long. Royally Quacked, their podcast show, sharing stories, highs and lows. From the Kings to the Ducks they go, shout and go Kings.